Good morning, class. And today we're going to discuss the ball poem. This poem, it has been written by John Berryman. And in this poem, what the poet has discussed, it's about the loss of a very small thing, small toy that the boy has lost. But as a result of that, the boy has learned many important lessons in life. And as we will read the poem, you will come to know what those things are. And the ball here, it is not, as I said, a material thing that has been lost, but it is symbolizing the loss of his innocence, his childhood. It also teaches him a very important lesson that money cannot buy everything. And yes, in this world of possessions, where we are so materialistic, we want to buy more and more things, we want to own more and more things. So maybe we give more value to the things that are expensive. We don't give so much of importance to the things which are there, of course, very important in our life, but they might not be so expensive. Here it is, this poem, it also teaches us a very important lesson to realize that money cannot, put a value on the importance of that, right? So let's start with this poem. And as we read along, I will just go on discussing the various aspects, okay? Right? What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over. There it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling down, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. People will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys the ball back. Money is external. He is learning. Well behind his desperate eyes, the epistemology of loss. How to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. Now here in this poem, what is the poet discussing? He is discussing about the loss of a toy, loss of the ball of the little boy, and what are the lessons he experiences from losing something. As you've grown up, there are things that you have lost, some things that were very valuable to you, some things that you had a lot of memories associated. Now you might replace that with a new toy, you might buy a new one, but the thing is that with the previous, like a toy that you lost, along with it, so many memories were also associated. So along with that, you lose so many things. You lose a part of your childhood. You lose your feelings. You lose that innocence. The new ball that you buy, the new toy that you're going to buy, might not have, or it will take time for it, to create all those wonderful memories. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is the boy? He is now going to be a changed person. He's going to change. He's going to learn a few lessons in life. Who has lost his ball? What is he to do? See the repetition over here? What is he going to do now? That boy who's lost his ball was playing with it, and the ball, it just rolled down the street and it fell into the water. I saw it go. The poet there saw it merrily bouncing. Bouncing. Merrily is happily. Okay? So please note merrily, joyfully, happily, bouncing. And of course here it is not the boy, rather than not the ball that is merrily bouncing, or it is the boy who's happy there playing with the ball. Okay, merrily bouncing down the street. So you saw the ball bouncing, jumping, rolling around down the street, and then merrily over. It seems as if the ball has been personified, right? The ball is there having a lot of energy there and a lot of force there, and it is just going on its own, rolling down the road. And as it rolls down, what happens after some time? It just falls into the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. So please don't go and stand there and don't try to, like comfort the boy by saying, oh, there are other balls. So don't worry if you've lost this ball, we'll buy you a new one. It's very easy to say this, but please don't say that. Why? Because the poet wants that the boy should learn a very important lesson. What is that lesson here? And just look at the boy, he says, an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. The boy is there, shaken with grief, sorrow. He's there shaking with grief, and he's really sad there. Why? Because he has lost his ball, right? And no, you. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the ball. He's there just standing there, fixed. He's able to move because he's just there. He saw the ball and right before his eyes, he saw the ball rolling and falling down into the water. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down, all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Now see here, what has happened with the ball? What has disappeared? It's not only the ball that has got lost, but along with the ball, so many things have disappeared. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Into the harbor. What is the harbor? It's the place where ships, they come and dock, where they come and rest, where the loading and unloading of the goods they take place, right? That harbor is where they anchor. So here, what is it? What has gone along with the ball into the water? All his childhood days, all his young days into the harbor, right? So they have disappeared, and along with the ball, all his memories, the time he spent playing with his friends, he must have played, and of course, right, one of the best days, you can say it would be one of the best moments of his day. But sadly enough, what has happened as the ball rolled down, as the ball disappeared into the water, with his memories, childhood also. I would not intrude on him. I would not intrude on him. Intrude means I won't interrupt, I won't interfere, I will not disturb him. Let the child stand there, let him realize, right? What is he going to realize? One is that we are not going to say that, okay, fine, we can buy another ball. No, that ball was very special because what was there? So many memories were there associated. And when that ball disappeared into the harbor, along with it, what has disappeared? His childhood has also disappeared. His ball went, I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. So I will not interrupt him. I will not interfere right now. I will not disturb the child. And yes, I will not tell him, right? A dime, another ball is worthless. So don't tell him that, okay, because it is cheap, you can replace it, you can buy a new ball, but don't say that. What is dime? Dime is money. It's like your cent, currency, okay? And of course, here he's saying, yeah, you can buy that ball, you can replace that ball, but it is worthless telling him that. Now he senses first responsibility. Very important lesson that the child is going to learn. Very important lesson the boy is going to learn. He senses first responsibility in a world of possession. So he's going to understand that he has to be responsible. He has to understand that in this world of possessions, we own so many things. We have so many things there. But in this world of possessions, it is very easy, to replace things. And there are so many things that we lose account of, right? And we have so many toys, or we have so many things there that we don't realize that, okay, there is something like this already in my cupboard. Now he sends his first responsibility. Let him realize, let him become responsible, let him learn to take care of his belongings, because he's going to own many, many things, and he just can't go around thinking that I can replace it, right? The child has to learn responsibility. What has happened now with the loss of the ball? One is there, yes, that he has to learn to be responsible, learn to take care of your things, little boy. Then what else has happened to him? He has lost his childhood memories there, so sweet, that were associated. The time he has spent with his friends and the moments he had enjoyed, all that has been lost. It's gone, disappeared with that ball. People will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. So yeah, of course, people are going to buy balls. They're going to buy new balls, right? But what is going to happen? What is there going to happen? Let's not teach this child here. Wait. Balls will be lost always, little boy. So yes, we will buy new balls and balls will be lost. This is what happens in life. Things get broken, things are replaced, and we move on in life. Yes, forgetting about the things that, and no one buys a ball back. This is very important. Can we buy that ball back that we lost? Because it is not only something that is material, but along with it, there are so many memories. There's so many things that are associated with that ball. There are so many things that are connected with that ball. Money is external, so money is not so important. What is? That is learning responsibility, understanding that things cannot be replaced so easily. You buy a new ball, but it would not be like the one that you had earlier, right? So money is external. Money is not so important here. Money cannot buy so many things. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. So his sad eyes, his hopeless eyes, behind that he is learning so many things. What has he learned? He has learned the epistemology of loss. He's learned something new. Look at this word here, the epistemology of loss. He's got an understanding. He has gained knowledge. He has gained an experience. What is that experience? He's lost something and he has learned so many lessons. He has learned in life there are going to be losses, and it's not only about materialistic things he's talking about. He's talking about in life we lose so many things, right? We lose our near and dear ones. We lose, yes, over the period of time we change so much. So many qualities are lost. We lose so many values, right? And here is talking that after loss, like you break something, you lose something, you lose someone, you have to stand up. You have to be brave. You have to be courageous, because you're not going to get that thing back. That thing is broken. It's lost. It's gone away forever. You will not be able to replace it. How to stand up? So you must have the courage. You fall down, you get up. You lose something, you accept that loss. How to stand up? You have to have the courage. And with that, what is the lesson here? The epistemology of loss. The knowledge, the understanding he has gained from this small incident. How to stand up? Knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days, how to stand up. So it is here, yes, lesson that every man must one day learn. And we are going to learn this lesson sometime or the other in our life, right? You lose something, you break something, and you realize that that thing, it cannot be replaced. You cannot get the same thing back. Money cannot buy everything, although we are living in a very materialistic world. But we need to take care of our things. If you don't want them to be lost, you don't want them to be broken, then the child has to learn to be responsible, right? And here, this little incident has taught him so many lessons. He's taught him that, yes, you have to learn to stand up, you have to learn to move on, you have to learn to get courage to overcome this loss, right? So once again here, it is a very small incident that has happened in the boy's life. He's lost his ball, he was playing with it, and the ball, it fell down, rolled down the road, and it fell into the water. Of course, it's very difficult there to get it out of the water. And even if they do, like with a lot of difficulty, or right, saying that it is just lost forever. We cannot replace that ball, because what was that ball symbolic of? What does it symbolize? It symbolizes his innocence. It symbolizes his childhood memories. So that ball is gone forever, and so many memories associated with that ball have gone away. And please don't tell the child that he's saying that, see, that ball was not so expensive, we can replace it. Money cannot replace so many things, right? So the lesson that the child has learned, he's also learned to accept responsibility. I have to be responsible for my belongings. If I have something, I should learn to take care of it. I should be a little careful, right? So these are the lessons. And what is he going to understand? He is going to get the knowledge of loss. This experience is going to teach him about loss, how to stand up again, how to be brave and courageous about the losses that happen in our life. Okay, right? So now we'll just discuss what are the poetic devices here. Yes, so you have what, that is repetition here. Right here also, balls will be lost always. Look at this one. No one buys a ball back. Alliteration, repetition of the consonant sound. What, merrily, merrily, yeah, anaphora. Okay, and the ball here is there, symbolic. The symbol, it's used as a symbol because it is not only a symbol of that toy that he has or the thing that he plays with, but it is also symbolic of the loss of innocence. So when a thing represents something more than what it actually is, that is the symbolism. There is no rhyme scheme in this poem. It is written in blank verse. It is written without any rhyme scheme. Okay. Yes. So let's just discuss the questions here. Yes, Himanshu, you have a doubt? What is your doubt?